Hey, how's everybody doing? I just thought I'd show you what I'm doing in the basement here. Um, Got a little project I'm working on, and I'm thinking more about the home theater. I've got stereos all over the place. You've probably seen this one before, the basement system with the Klipsch Cornwall 3s. I've got Marantz reference Kai Ruby integrated amplifier, Sony Blu-ray, 4K Blu-ray player, 75-inch 900 series Sony XPR TV, but it's just a stereo system. So really good dynamics, really, it's pretty full range without a subwoofer. Those 15-inch woofers move some air, but that's neither here nor there. I want to do a surround system here because I love watching movies. There was a while in my life that I didn't watch TV. I almost don't watch it now, actually. But I watched exclusively movies, like a couple a day. So anyway, I didn't have an antenna or a cable or anything. I still don't have cable, but I did end up getting an antenna. Anyway, I want to do a theater. So there's the bar. Basement, I did some measurements. And this is what I got here. I drew it to scale. So we're standing here. The bar currently is over here. And there's no wall in the middle. And right now I'm sitting here and watching the screen over here. But I'm thinking there could be better usage of the space, because right now there's all this space past the bar, but it's not really usable because it's only, I don't know, 8 feet here. So I just got this stuff here. Yeah, another hobby. I used to build high power rocketry. Was totally into it. Anyway, here's my little tabletop studio. Got some lights there. This is where I kind of have been shooting a couple videos lately. The rubber band balls, knife reviews, that kind of stuff. But I wanna have better usage of the space here. So, where's my exposure? So I'm thinking of ripping the bar out. One of the issues is that the ceiling comes down over the bar, so that has to get ripped out as well, and then drywalled flush, and then retextured to match the ceiling, or something done with the ceiling. But the bar can go over here, come out here, go across, or some way over here. So it's the first thing you see when you come downstairs. And then a wall, it's 29 feet long, so I was thinking a wall coming out to 15 feet, which would put it about here on the carpet. Put the screen on the back wall. I measured I can have about an 87-inch wide screen and still fit Cornwalls on either side. I haven't figured out exactly what speakers I want to use. If I'm going to do the Cornwalls on the left and rights, then I would probably get a Heresy, Klipsch Heresy Center. And then, just in the interest of space, probably some cinema surrounds, like commercial cinema surround speakers. And not sure on the subwoofer yet. Or I could do a Totem Acoustic Kin monitor system, which is, it's a completely opposite of this. This is a huge speaker. The Kin monitor is a small 4-inch woofer speaker. Get a couple subwoofers to get those dynamics back, and I bet those things would sound magical too. Completely different presentation than this. The Totems are all like sound staging and detail and all that. These are dynamics, you know. These do sound like a cinema though. Anyway, ceiling height is only 6'10", so not super high. So tiered seating's probably gonna be difficult. My other option, this is if I turn it long ways. I could move this wall out a little further and do a couple rows, but then I don't have much room for this space here. I wanted to fit a lot of stuff in here, all the scotch and stuff on shelves on the wall. Then I was thinking maybe I could squeeze all the movies in, and maybe that little table for photography, so I could still do tabletop photography. But that might be asking a lot to fit all that in here, and a couple chairs to sit. So if I move the wall a couple feet more, like to 18 feet, I could have 12.6 by 18. That'd be an ideal dimension for the theater. Then I could have 2 rows. Problem is, I almost never have a group of people over that's going to fill 2 rows, and that seems like it would be possibly a waste of space. So what I'm thinking of doing is possibly moving this wall this way some, putting the seats here, putting the screen on this wall, having a compact theater, basically a depth of 12'6". And then I would probably, to fit a big screen on this wall, I would probably have to get rid of the corn walls, or not use the corn walls, because they're so wide. This, with the 75-inch TV and then just the corn walls, that's 11 feet across. And I've got like an inch on either side. So I would need, and I want to go bigger on the screen. This is just a TV here. I want to do, like 110 with the projector and stuff. So I'm thinking smaller speaker system, cut the room here, side entrance into the theater. That way you can walk straight in. Here, if the seating was here, you'd have to have a couple feet behind the row of seats just so you could get in and then walk around it so you can sit down. If the seats were over here, facing this way, I could do a side entrance and then just sit down. So there's no like 2-3 feet, well really about 30 inches for an aisleway of wasted space. It's not a big house, so I got to make do with it the best I can. So I'm thinking maybe go this way, put 4 seats across the back facing the screen, and then I have a lot more room here, so I could do my tabletop photo studio for product photography and stuff. Now, before I decide on the speaker system, I haven't ordered the speakers yet, but I've been looking at them, trying to figure out what I want. I do have some spare speakers. That's one of the things about being an audio guy. I have some spares laying around. So I got this Yamo center channel that I'll probably stick in there. I've got the satellites on stands. I'll put in the back there. And actually, I've got another pair over there. But I did decide on my amplifier. Now, most of the time, you would pick this after you know what speaker you're going to be using. But I know I've got a small area to fill, so I know I'm not going to need tons of power. And I'm just going to pick a speaker that is relatively efficient and doesn't need gobs of power. Anyway, this is Lexicon's top receiver, the RV9. One cool thing about Lexicon is that most receivers, when they say 100 watts per channel, they don't mean 100 watts per channel, all channels driven. That's usually 2 channels driven, and they're being optimistic. The Lexicon and the Arcam pieces, because they're kind of related, when they say 100 watts per channel, they mean all channels driven. So that's 100 watts per channel continuous for all of them. So really big power supply. It's also Class G power, so it does it gives you 20 watts of Class A power before it switches to AB, which is going to sound pretty sweet. If I have a efficient speaker on them, especially the Klipsch, if I go with Klipsch, it's going to be running in Class A pretty much the whole movie, which could be awesome. So anyway, stay tuned for more. Sorry to ramble, but that's the project. If you have any ideas on how to lay it out, let me know. because there's not a lot of space, but I want to make the best use of it. I want a nice little dedicated area there, and all sound treated and calibrated, and really useful, hopefully. So anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one.